have also decided that it will not going to be business as usual. We have these meetings, Africa-US meeting, Africa-Europe, Africa-Turkey, Africa-India. Now we are waiting for, there is another one, Africa-Russia.
And Africa-Japan.
And Africa-Japan. We have made the decision that it is not intelligent for 54 of us to go and sit before one gentleman from another place. And I mean, and sometimes we are mistreated.
Yeah.
You know, we are loaded into buses like school kids. You know, and it's not right.
Well, you are summoned. You know,
it's not right. So the decision that we have made as AU is that going forward, if there is going to be a discussion between Africa and any other country, we are going to be represented by the chair, the outgoing chair, the bureau. Let's
chair of the commission, and the chair
and the chair of the REX, and we have 5 REX. That should be sufficient for, I mean, a meeting of maybe 6-7. Yeah. That should be able to represent Africa, and that is the position I am taking as the president of Kenya. For any other meeting that we are going to have with all these requests that we have a meeting between Africa and one other country. We respect the sovereignty of others. I think to ask for reciprocation is not to ask for too much.
No.
And for us to agree that let us have this kind of setup. The only, because I had a conversation with President Kagame, and he actually led that particular position. I have had a conversation with Prime Minister Abiy. He believes very strongly that that should be the position of our continent. Because, as you have said, if we don't respect ourselves, nobody is going to respect us. And we should be able to take that kind of decision. Yeah. And part of that respecting ourselves is when we say African problems, African solutions. We must be serious about the solutions. It cannot be rhetoric. It cannot be talk. It must be accompanied by what realistically and practically we are doing.
And what is our capacity? Yeah. No, this is
60 years after the formation of the Africa Union. We cannot continue to depend on Europe, the EU, the US, China, and I don't know which other place, to manage our own affairs. I think it is time. And that is why we took the decision in DRC. We didn't look for resources from, I don't know which organization. We used Kenyan resources.
Wagner, you heard about Wagner?
Yeah, we are at Uganda. We agreed that every country should deploy troops using their own resources because we need to take charge of our region. These are our issues. We need to deal with the security of our region because if we do not deal with the security of our region, we are foregoing opportunities of investment, of job creation, of growing our economies, and we are basically working against ourselves.
Without peace, there is no development.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
So,
but let me ask you a question.
Even the situation in Sudan, we were having a conversation, I know it's your country, we are having a conversation in Uganda day before yesterday.
Yeah.
And we were having the conversation on how IGAD, unfortunately, the chairmanship of IGAD is currently in Sudan. So it becomes very difficult because...
Here is Sudanese guy, make him chairman. Yeah. In absence of a legal government, we volunteer this guy.
In fact, when Sudan was given the chairmanship, it was because of Hamdok here, when it was a civilian government. But now we have a general, you know. So that is our region. So we were having that a candid conversation because we believe it is our responsibility.
Yeah.
We were having a conversation with Musa yesterday because we believe as AU, we should sort out these problems.
Let me ask you a question here.
And we have what it takes to sort out these problems.
That's wonderful, but instead of one country bearing the brunt, I mean, this...
Not disturb Musa. I perfectly understand.
He's your friend.
No, he's not. He perfectly understands. We have the wrong architecture in the management of the Africa Union.
Yes.
Yeah?
I'm glad you said that. Yeah, okay, not me. Yeah.
Musa Faki, who is the chair of our Africa Union Commission, can do very little because we have retained all the powers as heads of state.
Right.
And yet, you cannot run one country and run the continent of Africa. Right? We seriously need an interrogation of the management of the Africa Union. Today, we cannot even support Somalia. We are waiting for EU to give us $85 million. $85 million. You know, we cannot fund it as AU. It is stupid. I mean,
my brother,
it is madness. So are you telling me 54 countries, 60 years after independence, they cannot manage 85 million to sort out Somalia, which has no government? Let me.
I just want to ask him. Sorry, I want to ask you a question. He's my chairman. He was sitting there, and I asked him. I said, I found it very strange. You are wallowing in Russian gas. Half of African gas exported to Europe, actually. 50% of our gas exported to Europe. And then you say we cannot use our own gas. We now have 600 million people without power. Where